Good morning, YouTube. Thank you once again for tuning in. I am the Cairo, and you are now watching the Morning Coffee.
The morning coffee.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Evan Samuel here on the Morning Coffee with my guy, DeCairo. Just here to talk a little bit about me, what I do, my processes, obstacles, things I face, But as far as the name is concerned, Evan is my first name, Samuel is my middle name. That's how we roll now. A lot of you guys know me by EV. A lot of foolishness and craziness associated with that name. So we left that in the past. We rolling on a new way of life here, rolling with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So Evan Samuel is how we rolling moving forward. Let's get into it. As far as my musical talents, I would say that it probably lies more in the songwriting. I consider myself a worship singer more than a studio musician. I do some studio music. I'm working on some things I'll talk about later in my project segment of this interview. But I would consider myself, my vocal talent is there, but I consider myself to be a spiritual singer. So the worship part of singing is what I think that I bring out, or God's able to bring out most of my gifts. But yeah, I also write. I write all kinds of stuff. I'm a writer. That's definitely my gift. I write stories. I write movies. I write music. I also write songs. So writer is definitely where I would say, but a worship singer and a singer. So that's your boy Evan Samuel in a nutshell. Wow, some of my musical influences. I would say that I'm an R&B guy first and foremost. I grew up. My mom used to have me in the car as a little dude, listening to Minnie Riperton and listening to Shalimar, Jody Watley, Howard Hewitt, that type of thing. Prince, Michael Jackson. My dad used to have me with more of the Earth, Wind, and Fire, Quincy Jones, type of feel. Teddy Pendergrass, LTD, Jeffrey Osborne. Those were my musical influences growing up. Those were the people that I heard. I would say that you can hear some Jeffrey Osborne a little bit in my tone and the way that I never would say I could sing as great as that man. Shout out to Jeffrey Osborne. He's a beast. But it's more, my tone is more in that realm. And I would say I have some hip hop influence, definitely more of the socially conscious stuff like Brand Nubian, Public Enemy, Tupac. Shout out to Tupac, R.I.P. of course. But yeah, it's just those are the influences that I have in music. And then once I got saved and started to really walk with Christ, I got more into the Fred Hammonds and the Marvin Sapp's, Natasha Cobb's, Bishop William Murphy, even some pastors that dabble in music like Bishop T.D. Jakes and Pastor John Gray. A lot of people say your boy looked like Pastor John Gray. I don't know about all that, but shout out to those big men of God. And those are definitely some influences in my music and in my walk. My music is kind of one and the same with ministry. So I not only do I look at the musicians, I look at the pastors and ministers as well. So shout out to everybody who has poured into me to pour out to the world. So I would say the biggest obstacle to doing music and is myself. Sometimes when you deal with issues related to life, it gets in the way sometimes of your production. The devil is a liar, and a lot of people will blame the devil for things that are going on, and things getting in the way and things you can't control. I try to stick more with the things that I can control, like the time that I spend, the resources that I allocate to my projects, and different things like that. And I feel like if I go the pace that I can go, and I know that is my comfortable pace, as it relates to budgets, as it relates to time, as it relates to creativity, God will do what He's going to do with the project moving forward. It's not really up to me, other than to do what I can do. So that's how I deal with obstacles. They don't really exist, in my opinion. Some of the projects I'm working on right now, I'm working on a project called Light and Darkness. It's an EP project that I'm working on with Ham. He's in the music realm also. Shout out to Henry Walker. he's producing the project. I'm actually writing the songs, and he's gonna also write some music. He's done the tracks for the project. So we're working on that. I'm hoping to get that released by Thanksgiving of this year, 2018. So be on the lookout for that. Also, last year released a project called Be the Change. Ham also helped me work on that one. This is produced by Infasol. This is available on iTunes and Spotify and all the major music outlets, Bandcamp, everything else. So take a look at that, and if you get a chance, go check out Be the Change by Evan Samuel. All right, so a little bit about my music process and how I go about things. I write first and foremost. A lot of the times, what I'll do is I'll come in here to my little mini studio area here that I have here in my house, and I'll just get on the Reason real quick here on the board and just lay down a concept. A lot of the times I'll lay it down one time for practice, so I can kind of learn the song and learn it the way I want to sing it, the different things I want to add to it. From there, I will actually record a good vocal take that is good enough for mixing. I'll mix down vocals here in Reason, and then what I'll do is I'll send them to the producer, and in this case it's to Henry Walker, and I'll send them to him so he can do the final mix on it with the track as well as the vocals. If there's anything that he hears that he may want to change or enhance or whatever the case may be. And then it goes to the mastering process, and of course then we go to either print or to upload to wherever it's going to be, whatever music outlet we're using. So that's the process in a nutshell. I'll let you hear a little bit of a vocal that I'm mixing currently right now. It's a song called Great Are You, Lord. It was originally done by All Sons and Daughters, and let you hear a little piece of it that I did right here. So here we go. So yeah, you see just a little bit of it there. That's the process that we're doing for this particular thing. But yeah, you can just kind of get a little look at how I get out on a daily basis. Hopefully that gave you some insight on what we do. So. All right, y'all. So anyway, that's about it. But before I get out of here, DeCairo wanted me to sing a little something. One of the projects I forgot to mention when I was talking about projects, I have a band project. There's a Christian contemporary band that I'm involved with that I lead, actually. It's called Live and Breed. Shout out to The Breed. Ricky Guzman, Richard Yanez are my band members, along with many others that help us with that process. But anyway, I'm going to sing an original song real quick that we wrote. It's our first song that we're going to release on our project for that. It's called Fire. I actually wrote these lyrics. My buddies, as I mentioned them, they wrote the music for it. But we're going to just sing the verse real quick just as we get out of here. So. My heart's on fire. Your love burns in me. Eternal is your flame. I'm calling out your name. You lift me higher. Rising up on wings. Just like an eagle that soars. All right, y'all. So the Morning Coffee. Check us out. My guy DeCairo. Keep tuning in. God bless. And this has been Evan Samuel with you. Peace.
Now that was some good coffee. If you enjoyed this video, cruise around the channel and see other content. Also hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when I make new videos. Once again, I am the Cairo. Plug in, get connected. We are TMR.
The Cairo did this.